Welcome back to another episode of the Canon on the Boomer Bus channel. I'm your host Terry, and today doing a review of Soul on Disney Plus. Soul starring Jamie Foxx, Pixar's latest and greatest. So Soul dropped on Christmas Day. I watched it like a day or so after that, and been meaning to get a review up just to get my thoughts out there real quick. And it's accessible for most people to watch anyway, but it came through, and I think it had a decent amount of buzz, but nothing crazy. And after watching the movie, I would agree that it was definitely a decent movie, more than decent. It was a solid movie, and I liked it, enjoyed it. Pixar is always great with the attention to detail with the animation. And obviously, you know, they're good with the adult humor wrapped in the kids' jokes. So all that stuff was there. Typical Pixar. And maybe this is just a result of them just having their bar so high all the time with the great movies they made. But it didn't blow me away. It wasn't anything that, you know, knocked me off my socks or, you know, that made me feel like, wow, this is top 3 Pixar. I wouldn't say that, but I really enjoyed the movie. It gives you something to think about somewhat. And I think that's, to me, where the movie falls short a little bit. And I really won't even go into too much spoilers with it because I don't know if it's a lot to spoil, but I would say that with Pixar, what they do, and it's a bunch of things. It's the depiction of culture, and they've done that in a few different ways. Obviously notable with Coco recently, and then this one with Soul was the African American culture, and I really enjoyed that. Now that hit me early on. That starts real early in the movie and continues a little bit in the movie, where it's like, man, to see us on the screen and Pixar, you know, something as big and notable as Pixar. So that felt cool to see it in animation and quality animation. And that felt nice. I really like that. And that's what they give you. They, again, give you the jokes. And I think the jokes was definitely there as far as like the visual gags for the kids, but the real like adult humor for the adults, that was there. And then they give you something, a quality animation as well, but then they give you something to think about. And so with Coco, you understand with that, with Inside Out, with Ratatouille, all types of things. And you understand that. But to me, I think this, it puts it out in front in the trailers and everything. This idea of, you know, being existential and your soul and the meaning of life and how souls are created and all that. And so it gives a really big concept. It puts, you know, it teases you, with this really big concept that has a lot of meat on that bone, and you're interested in how it's going to play out with the Pixar spin to it. And to me, it didn't quite live up to that. It didn't really give you a lot of answers. And it's interesting because for me, I think most of this stuff, just as art expression and all that, you can be making a statement, but it don't really, to me, it don't matter. Like, if one director or one writer or one group of people make a statement, okay, whatever, that's what they think. And I guess you could say this is Disney making a statement as well. But either way, I tend to look at it as just its own art. But obviously people will look at it as a political or what have you statement. So a lot of people are saying, like, when you're talking about this idea of the afterlife and souls and all that, you're getting into religious territory. And so it would have been very hard for them to make this definitive decisions or tell you in the movie, this is how it goes. Now, to me, it's animated. It's a movie. It's its own world. It's telling you how it works in this world. But I think at the end of the day, Pixar and Disney didn't want to go there. And so they didn't really give you a lot of answers. Like, these are abstract concepts to begin with, but they really left the answers abstract and ambiguous. It's like you don't really know really what they're trying to say. at the end of the day, there's a message about life that's very clear, and they pretty much tell you it. But other than that, they don't really get into the other stuff. Like with Inside Out, what made people so attracted to it is how they really, personify some abstract concepts. And that's what people like with Pixar. And so they really showed you what that would look like. And so with Soul, you was waiting for that, but they showed you for the purpose of the movie, but they didn't really get deep into what it means. You know what I mean? Because they could show you what depression means in Inside Out, inside of this Pixar world. They can show you what that looks like inside of your head. They can show you what you being angry looks like inside of your head. But with this, when they're talking about having a soul or being disconnected or, whatever it is, afterlife, they don't really explain it in a way that they can avoid, any controversy. And I just think it made the movie a little shallow. While, again, there's some good jokes, there's some good representation, very good voice cast. I don't think we ever really went anywhere deep with it. And not to say that I should be going to Pixar for, a think piece, but that's kind of what they offered up with this trailer and this idea of the movie. And then they don't really explore it too much for me. So at the end of the day, I give the movie a B. I had a really good time, really enjoyed it. Would definitely probably not on my own watch it again, but if a friend wanted to watch it or some family, some kids, whatever, Coco I think was done way better, but just like a lot of people want to show Coco for that representation, I would love to show this for that representation. It was good. It was good to see us, but I would like to see something just a little more well-rounded. So that's it for me. Go down comment section. If you saw Soul, let me know what you think about it. Share it around, get the conversation started. Thumbs up, subscribe, and if you're here to hit, it's official canon.